manager tells us how they are addressing this issue. And the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce recognizing local businesses on the island during a special awards ceremony. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the official results of the November 22nd West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election tabled in the House of Assembly this morning. Member of Parliament-elect Kingsley Smith secured 57.8% of the vote over contenders Bishop Ricardo Grant of the Free National Movement, Coalition of Independents leader Lincoln Bain, and Independents Daquan Swain and Tennille Burrows. Reports state that some 3,600 voters participated in the by-election. Parliamentary Commissioner Arthur Taylor submitted the writ to Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Honorable Patricia DeVoe.
Notice is hereby given that on the taking of the poll in the above-mentioned election, which was contested, the following was elected the Member of Parliament for the above-mentioned constituency. The name of the elected member is Mr. Kingsley Valentine Smith. The honorable member will take the oath of allegiance and the oath of qualification as soon as is practicable. We are looking at next week, Wednesday.
Well, the Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco is responding to concerns about a sprawling shanty town on Abaco. He says it's an age-old problem that has mushroomed, but in this report tells our Raven Davis that eradicating these structures on Abaco is priority for the Davis administration.
We cannot have foreigners of any nation come into our country and doing as they please. No other country in the world would allow it.
As the demolition of shanty towns takes place in the nation's capital, there has been frustration by Abaco residents over the growing unregulated communities on that island. Central and South Abaco Member of Parliament, the Honorable John Pinder, reaffirms government's commitment to eliminating these unregulated structures nationwide.
The shantytown on mainland Abaco, it's not something that has popped up in just last year or the year before. It is a decades-old problem, and it was primarily situated where the mud and the pigeon peas were, which was confined. They were bordered by other settlements, which would not enable them to expand any further. But where they are now is not bordered, and they're creeping into the wetlands, the mangroves, the pine forests, and it has to be confined, it has to be removed.
Pinder says the Unregulated Communities Action Task Force is exploring when demolition exercises will occur on Abaco.
They will be focusing on that shantytown. I cannot give a precise timeline, given that I don't sit on the Action Task Force, but I am assured that normality will come to this.
Now, unregulated communities have long been a vexing issue for residents, posing significant safety and health hazards.
But our water table stretches the entire length of Abaco, and if there isn't proper sanitary infrastructure in place, then damaging that water table in one area will affect the fresh water for all residents of Abaco. The proximity of the buildings themselves and the lack of roads and ability to get into there, should there be a fire, that would be it would have detrimental effect on the residents there.
And when questioned about Shantytown residents' awareness of pending demolition exercises, here's what Pinder had to say.
They must be aware, because last year there were notices put on all. There was notices put on all of the buildings. There was a exercise to quantify exactly how many were there, where they were. I'm not 100% sure if new notices will have to be given, but I am positive that the legal framework needed for the demolition will take place beforehand. I, as member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, have put spotlight on this, and I will continue to push until these removed.
While revealing that Bahamians live in other shanty towns, the Abaco MP emphasizes the need for a multi-pronged approach to the situation. He says with certainty that normality will be achieved in the ongoing efforts to address these challenges. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
Thanks, Raven. Well, back on Grand Bahama, a vehicle shortage at sanitation services resulting in the delay of garbage collection on the island. Tonight, the general manager shares how this has impacted local services as he notes what is being done to address this unsanitary issue. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Waste management services here in Grand Bahama has an island-wide vehicle shortage. Sanitation Services General Manager Luke Carroll revealing that the company is currently faced with insufficient resources. While he is aware that residents are frustrated with their late arrivals, he says that they are working on fixing the problem.
The vehicle shortages that's maybe the first step in that creates this problem with us with being able to keep all of our trucks on the road. I am sure that every resident has seen that the garbage trucks have been late recently. That's because, well, number one, our trucks are getting older. When we don't see that being corrected until maybe the middle of next year, late next year, because there's just no trucks to buy.
Carroll speaking to the interruption of worldwide manufacturing and how global wars are impacting the flow of purchasing the motor parts they need.
We have a greater need for parts because we can't replace the older trucks. Now, for the same reason, COVID, how it impacted factories and all that stuff, and the two wars that's going on now, especially the Russian-Ukrainian war. A lot of metals came out of those areas, a lot of metals that they use in these parts, so that slowed down for obvious reasons, and that means that parts that we usually could get for within 2 days to a week, sometimes now take us 2 months. As a matter of fact, I've had parts as long as 10 months.
While the lack of parts are creating a real problem for sanitation services, Carroll noting that despite economic difficulties, he and his staff are working overtime to ensure that residents are still being handled with the best possible services.
We're working our mechanics overtime, and we're trying to improvise wherever we can. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. But that's not a situation you want to be in, in the long term.
And to those loyal customers, he sends this message.
I will guarantee you that we will pick up your garbage on the scheduled days. I just can't guarantee you that it'll be as timely as Freeporters are used to having it. But we still provide the service on it, twice a week for residents, and we just may not be 9 o'clock like we normally would be, but we may be 1 o'clock, we may be 7 o'clock in the evening. So.
Services are provided twice a week for residents, and Carroll is asking residents to continue to be patient as they work towards the solution. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Heading now into news from the police. Police on Grand Bahama are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting of a 12-year-old boy of Epson Road while at a residence on Tuesday, November 28, 2023. Initial reports indicate that it was around 7 p.m. when a juvenile female relative fired a flare gun which left him with injuries to his right shoulder and neck. He was rushed to the Rand Memorial Hospital for immediate medical treatment. Investigations continue into this matter. Well, Operation Downtown Turnaround, spearheaded by the officer in charge of the Central Division in Grand Bahama, is receiving accolades from local business owners in the downtown area. Launched at the beginning of the year, this initiative targets the prevalent issues of heightened vagrancy and criminal activities. Tonight, local business owners say they are grateful for the amplified police presence.
I actually think the police do an excellent job. I mean, they're always visible.
I am happy to have them to be a part of the downtown.
Downtown shopping areas have experienced heightened police protection since January, with officers collaborating closely with business owners to combat prevalent challenges. Superintendent Edvardo Daines, the officer in charge of the Central Division in Grand Bahama, has lauded the operation a success.
The business owners allow our officers to receive feedback from them. Our officers go door to door, store to store, hear the needs and the concerns of each of our clients. That's how we view them. And then we tailor our policing strategy to effectively police the downtown district.
The officer in charge of the Central Division revealed the key secret behind their success.
High visibility foot patrols. We've implemented the mobile patrols. There have been strategic road checks throughout the downtown area, as well as the continued business community engagement. And it has reaped dividends for us. And we've seen a decrease in criminal activity as well as vagrant activity in the downtown area.
Darlene Brown, owner of DW's Hair Studio, mentioned that vagrants had made a habit of congregating in front of her door when it was vacant, and this trend persisted even after she moved in. Similarly, Ellen Williams, the proprietor of Ellen's Hats, Clothing, and Accessories, shared that she encountered a comparable challenge.
And women don't want to pass a lot of men before they come into the salon, so some might call you and text you, some may continue driving, or some would just tell you when they come inside. I felt a little uncomfortable, but through communication with the police and explaining the situation, they took care of it, and it's no longer a problem.
We have a liquor store which is next door, and we have a lot of men hang around, and with the presence of the police being here, I think it helps to relieve those persons that sometimes even will bother with the customers.
I cannot express it any more clearer. We thank the business community who allow us to police them and partner with them.
Well, also receiving special recognition are several local businesses during an awards ceremony today. The Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce shining the spotlight on businesses at its annual Business Excellence Awards. The event was held under the patronage of Sarah St. George, chairman of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. The Chamber's president, James Carey, highlighting the significance of the event that was held at the Pelican Bay House.
Given what is transpiring, and the fact that the Chamber is working aggressively with the Minister of Grand Bahama and the Port Authority, and we've not had the opportunity before to have Sarah St. George come and speak with us. Given all that has transpired, to see the resilience of businesses in Grand Bahama, the fact that they're still here, that they're still doing a lot of wonderful things, that just makes the Chamber very happy, makes me happy. And today is a grand day of celebration. We will have some winners, but a lot of recognition today, and this is a good day for Grand Bahama.
Addressing those in attendance was the Vice Mayor Pro Tem of Houston and Councilwoman Martha Casex Tatum, who served as guest speaker, emphasizing the importance of international partnership. Business owners also expressing their anticipation, recognizing the networking opportunities and the chance to celebrate success within the Grand Bahama community.
We have in common the resilience, the making sure that we pull together and lift each other up to continue the longevity of our businesses, to make sure that we are fostering economic development in our communities and really rallying around our people and our businesses for the better quality of life for all who live in the Grand Bahamas as well as in the city of Houston.
I always enjoy coming out to the Chamber events. I am a Chamber member and have been for some years, and I look forward to interacting with like-minded entrepreneurs and business owners.
It lets the business community know that the Chamber is aware of them, and we appreciate what they do and are willing to honor them.
Now, winning the Developing Entrepreneur of the Year is Terrence Roberts, the second for the Berkshire Bahamas Farm Philanthropic Business Person of the Year is Edward Wan. The second of Control Chemicals Company of the Year, A, with 1 to 50 employees, is Easy Dental Care Company of the Year. B, with 51 plus employees, is AML Food, which is Solomon's, Cartwright, and Domino's. The Lifetime Achievement Award went to T. Maitland Cates, and the Outstanding Business Person of the Year was awarded to Johnny's Smith. Well, soon it will be the most wonderful time of the year for businesses throughout the world here at home as lights adorn storefronts and festive tunes fill the air. It's clear the holiday shopping season is in full swing. In this report, our Raven Davis speaks with retailers who share insights into consumer spending habits this time around.
As the holiday shopping season kicks off, retailers here at the Raven Mall say despite the present economic climate, combined with inflation, consumer spending has been steady, and they say they've implemented strategies to adjust to the evolving spending trends.
I've seen them coming in, little by little, but I know last year they came like the last 2 weeks. It was busy last year. And I think it's going to be the same this year.
People wait for the last minute, but people have been coming in, making inquiries, wanting to put things on layaway. So we've seen a little movement in the market. Of course, everybody want to make their kids happy. And today, kids, they watch the movies. They see the Barbie movies. They see the Paw Patrol and whatever TV shows. And so we make sure to keep those brands here in stock. And they're the things that kids they usually go for.
And much to his delight, Hall says the demographic of shoppers has been mixed.
A lot of young parents and the demographics as far as even international residents who live here. They may be a little older. They come there with their kids, even up to teenagers, not just the little young kids.
Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce President James Carey encouraging persons to shop locally, and he leaves this token of advice to business owners.
This is a great time to start with incentives to encourage persons to shop. We look at this as a time to make money, but really there's something to be said about volume. So let's not try and make a fortune on 1 or 2 items. Let's just get out there and sell, and do it with service and passion.
Now, owner of JJ's Bargain, Jonathan Mizik, knows all about giving shoppers more bang for their buck, and he says he's leveraging his use of social media to attract even more business.
Christmas time, we normally do like a raffle for like a big TV, so that's what we're gonna do this year also. Last year, it was okay, it was a little slow, but like the economy's starting to pick back up, so now everybody's starting to feel a little pocket, so they're spending a little bit more now.
Overall, these retailers say they're looking forward to a robust shopping season.
Even in slow times, we're still expecting, because we know like everyone seems to love Christmas. I love Christmas, everyone loves Christmas, so they'll try their best to do what they can and purchase for their families.
The steady flow, that's awesome, and we'll take it for what it is. The Christmas rush, we prepare ourselves for that, and if that's the big, plateau for everything, hey, it's all good.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Raven Davis.
When we come back, a local pastor is retiring after nearly 30 years as a gospel minister. That story, sports, and more with the Bahamas Tonight. The Northern Edition continues.
You asked for it, you've got it. A new plant nursery, fully loaded with everything you need. And extended hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Don't miss the fabulous 25% off sale at Parket Shop downtown this November 23rd, 24th, and 25th, excluding underwear and red tag items.
Hi, I'm Wes. I like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I would like to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Let us put shoes on your feet.
John West Shoes is now open. Carmichael West, Nassau, behind Wendy's.
Bar Blue next to Bell Channel Inn is celebrating their 6-year anniversary. Enjoy drinking food specials, unwind at Freeport's most stylish pub on the water with tasteful food and a fine atmosphere.
The Freetown Heritage Festival Committee presents Bonfire Fridays from 5 until 10 p.m. at the Heritage Site in Freetown. Enjoy delicious food, exciting entertainment, fun for the entire family. Friday nights just got better in Freetown.
Get ready, Bahama. Take out your lighter. You heard the rumors, and the time is now. Saturday, December 16th. Burna Boy fans around the planet definitely won't want to miss this once-in-a-lifetime party. The hottest global artists and one of the best voices of all time will be performing live in paradise in the Bahamas. For updates about the event, check out theforeigncurrencypromotions.com or WhatsApp at 242-805-0390 or 242-809-1242 or email info@signatureproduction.net. Don't you miss it.
Health officials announced early on that the curve of the fourth wave has been flat.
Standby talent. 2 and cue.
We have a dynamic team of diverse, enthusiastic journalists committed to uncovering the truth and delivering it with zeal and integrity.
Confirms that the victim's body was found by an individual who was involved in the search.
We tell the heartwarming tales of resilience and success, from local politics to cultural events. We have it covered. We have Azure coming live from Bimini tonight for our top story. We are your trusted source in the North. We are ZNS Northern Edition.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. For nearly 30 years, Reverend Dr. John C. Wallace dedicated his life to the gospel ministry. The 75-year-old is celebrating his accomplishment as a pastor of New Mount Olive Baptist Church in Holmes Rock this coming Friday. And for the last time as the head of the church, he will address his congregants. Jolanda Thompson-Everest has more in this report.
Reverend Dr. John Charles Wallace, affectionately known as J.C. Wallace, is ending his tenure as a pastor at New Mount Olivet Baptist Church. His Christian journey began in 1968, traveling throughout the world, spreading the gospel through songs of praise and worship. But in 1994, he got the call from God to become a pastor.
I reluctantly declined, but I was challenged to give it some thought and give it some time before rushing into a hurried decision, which I did. And fortunately, I was led by the Lord to go there. On the 4th of December, 1994, I became the pastor.
Reverend Wallace sharing that during his time in ministry, his goal was to assist his members to become more mature in their spiritual journey. But of course, he came across a few challenges and notes that critics and criticisms are something that every pastor has to overcome.
Being called by God, and being led by God, God will help you to overcome whatever challenge will come your way. Oh yeah, I've been knocked down many times, but it is not the man who knocked down that survives. It is the man who gets knocked down, but he gets back up again. And I think one popular song artist wrote, it don't come to my mind right now. He says, "We fall down, but we get up." So every time that I fell, I got up under the power of God, because he gave me the power and he gave me the strength. And number one, he gave me the assignment. And the assignment could not be completed until he said that it's complete.
Wallace continues that his family and friends tried to get him to retire years ago, but he said he refused to leave until God gave him the release. Now that the time has come, he speaks on the importance of passing on the mantle.
I just thought that at age 75, it is time for me to step aside and to pass the mantle on to a younger person who is much stronger than me and who can do much more than I can do. And that's my reason for really giving up the leadership at this time.
Now the man of God encourages all pastors to put some resources aside and prepare for retirement. He says he believes the reason why some pastors have not left ministry is because of financial reasons. But as his retirement approaches, he reveals that he wants to travel the world internationally and become a consultant.
I didn't have the time to do it while I was pastoring. There was too much things to do within the church ministry. You had to worry about who's going to call you at midnight. You got to worry about who's in the hospital. You have to worry about the marriage tomorrow. You got to worry about funeral next week. And all those things comes with pastoring. Now, I don't worry about those things.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
Well, tonight, as we continue to feature outstanding police officers, we salute Inspector Miriam Archer.
My favorite thing about being a police officer is I grew up with a lot of brothers, so I like giving my male counterparts a challenge. When I joined in 04, it wasn't too many female police officers. In my squad, there was about 8. And when I went to 8 Rock Station, it was only 2 of us working in the station. Now, you have more than 5 policewomen in the station. At the end of my tenure, I would like to see the first female commissioner of police.
Well, big plans announced for the 2024 Dale Burns Tabernacle Classic. Shane Stubbs has that in sports.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and welcome to sports. The Dale Burns Tabernacle Thanksgiving Basketball Classic was a huge success this year, and there are already big plans for 2024 and 2025.
We were glad to partner with Tabernacle in pulling off this event. They brought in 138 people on a jet. The Grand Lucayan Hotel did an awesome job. Klein Delancey and Ms. Veronica, man, hats off to them. They showed our guests a wonderful time. Next year's tournament is already sold out, is already booked. Already have teams coming out, so we're now working on 2025.
There are also plans to reintroduce the pre-tournament festival next year.
I promised them that next year we'll get with the school and make sure that happens. They love the Junkanoo Rush Out. They've already committed to putting on a grand performance for our guests that will be in town.
Meanwhile, in volleyball, Grand Bahama Volleyball Night League action continuing over at the YMCA. In women's action, the Pleasant All-Stars defeated Youth in Action in 2 sets, 25-18 and 25-17. On the men's side of the court, the defenders outlasted Youth in Action in 3 sets. They'd win the first set 27-25 before dropping the second set 20-25. They'd finish things off in the third 16-14. There will be no games this Thursday as the Northern Bahamas Volleyball Championship gets underway at the YMCA and St. George's Gymnasium. And lastly, in sports, we take a look at the scores from high school softball. In girls action, the BMES Warriors made quick work of the Jack Hayward Junior Stars 15-1. The AMR Rock Blue Jays defeated the Tabernacle Falcons 9-1. And in senior girls action, the St. George's Jaguars blasted the Jack Hayward Wildcats 18-1, while the BMES Warriors routed the Tabernacle Falcons 20-1. And that will do it for sports, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shane Stubbs, and as always, be safe and be great.
Saturday, December 23rd, it's a Black Bottle concert at a new location, the GB Sports Complex. Tickets are on sale now at every Fluid location. General admission is $50. The Ministry of Tourism presents Rake and Scrape Tour Thursday, November 30th at Curry's on the Bay, Hepburn Town, 8 Mile Rock. Enjoy the sounds of the Countchoos Band by the seaside. Fun kicks off 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's Rake and Scrape time at Curry's on the Bay, Hepburn Town.
Every Sunday from noon until 4 p.m., join us at Portobello's Restaurant at the Grand Lucayan for a delicious full buffet spread. Call 373-1333 for more information.
Christmas
is on BTC. Sign up for one of our $64.99 or higher postpaid plans or one of our broadband bundles.
Drive into 2024 with a brand new Kia Sonet. Pay your bill in full and you can be a winner with our Christmas grab bag.
Activate a $15 prepaid combo and get your chance to win Visa gift cards, travel and gas vouchers, and so much more.
Terms and conditions apply.
List your home in Grand Bahama with H.G. Christie. Visit their new office in the Port Lucaya Marketplace. H.G. Christie, celebrating over 100 years of service.
It's a Rake and Scrape Christmas party Saturday, December 16th with the infamous Elon Moxie and Bimini boy Stevie S. It all goes down on Thackeray Street, Queens Highway, across from M&E Caterpillar. Super giveaways, bear and drink specials, music by DJ Governor, hosted by Daddy Steely. All brought to you by No Holds Barred. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Bernard Pratt, you are our Facebook friend of the day. We thank you for always watching, and we know the Dolphins will pull off another big win on this special day. Fins up, everybody else down. And that's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of the entire ZNS News team, I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, Reforming the Judiciary. Standards for humane immigration treatment. By-election writs submitted. And in sports, skippers unwind before setting sail. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by BTC. Win over $100,000 in prizes when you sign up, top up, pay up, or watch and win with BTC. This Christmas is on us.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Akush Lapinder, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks for tuning in. Magistrates and judges, frequently the victims of fierce criticism and often unfairly, as Carmichael MP Keith Bell sees it. That argument, the basis of the former police officer turned attorney's reasoning for an independent judiciary, as he led off debate Wednesday on a compendium of bills ultimately designed to reform the third branch of the government.
This is why today, Madam Speaker, for the first time in our history, a Bahamian government is moving to essentially sever executive control over court facilities and management.
Yes.
This is indeed revolutionary, Madam Speaker, yes, and progressive. Yes. The Court Services Bill 2023 is a bill of constitutional significance.
Yes.
It will create a new Court Services Council, which will be responsible for providing administration and court services for the courts, thereby freeing the courts from any interference or the appearance of interference from the executive arm of government.
Yes.
Now, as it stands, the government is responsible for the maintenance of court premises, appointing court staff, and providing support services. But according to Bell, this raises two fundamental challenges.
First, it makes the court dependent or appear to be dependent on the executive and the legislature.
Yes.
Secondly, our court officials who are best placed to make decisions on the administration of the courts must rely on some other government department to carry out even the most basic of functions.
Yes.
Madam Speaker, allow me to break this down so that the current system is understood by all. Today, if an issue emerges in the court, which is a public building, the Ministry of Works must be called to investigate the issue and devise a plan. There is no person within the court system empowered by law to make the decisions or carry out the repairs.
The attorney adding that such issues become particularly problematic when it comes to the employment and discipline of support staff. The Bahamas Bar Association is tonight sounding the alarm over an issue he says could negatively impact not only lawyers, but the wider public. Fern Carey has that story.
Bahamas Bar Association President, Attorney Khalil Parker Casey, is concerned about attempts he claims are being made to weaponize the police to make a criminal complaint in an alleged bid to silence or intimidate lawyers, citizens, residents, or even tourists to the country. Parker's comments were made during a press conference at the Bar Association's Marquis Street headquarters Wednesday, in which he said former Free National Movement Cabinet Minister and parliamentarian Eleuthera Johnson approached him to inform him of concerns regarding a sitting magistrate whom he was seeking to have recused herself from a court matter. The Bar Council president says Johnson issued a correspondence to the Chief Justice on October 6, 2023, stating his case, and was later contacted and spoke to police in relation to that complaint, which he declared caused concern for the Bar Council.
I have been advised that the nature of the criminal complaint in this instance stemmed from the purported leaking of confidential correspondence to the Chief Justice from Mr. Johnson. No further action has been taken by the police as no substantive complaint was identified. Even though in this instance, as Mr. Johnson indicated, he was not arrested, the very fact that the police officer picked up a phone to call him about something demonstrates that they cognized something and they acted upon it. It is very important that the police do their investigatory work and do not disturb private citizens in their ordinary lives before they come to a position that there is something worth investigating.
In light of the matter, the King's Counsel indicated that steps are being taken to enhance transparency and accountability in the legal profession, the judiciary, and the administration of justice in the country. He announced that the Chief Justice has agreed, in collaboration with the Bar Council, to constitute a committee to draft a formal judicial complaints procedure that will be published in the new year. The committee will ensure that court users know how and where to direct their complaints and what to expect once a complaint is filed.
What we are concerned about is that even the magistrate be afforded due process and that the complaint process be sacrosanct, and we are working through the composition of this panel to make sure that it is not a mystery what you do when you find yourself in a position to complain about any court official. I don't want to preempt the work of the committee, but when we release that, we hope that everybody would be clear as to what you do and what the process entails.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Now, we contacted Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda for a response, who said he will follow up on the matter. Well, safe, secure, and humane accommodations where dignity is respected and the freedom of movement afforded, albeit with constraints. The whole objective behind implementing regulations for local detention facilities as the government moves to ensure openness, accountability, and fair treatment. For nearly 20 years, the Kamaica Road Detention Center has been that facility to house irregular migrants here in the Bahamas. The thing is, it's been doing so without proper regulations to actually govern operations. As Immigration Minister, the Honorable Alfred Sayers acknowledged in the House of Assembly Wednesday, it's a critical omission for more reason than one. It not only makes the Bahamas open to international criticism, but legal challenges. These regulations, then, would ensure there's a standard for the humane treatment of irregular migrants.
We must treat all irregular migrants with compassion and decency. These regulations, therefore, will ensure that we do just that. Moreover, the regulations emphasize the need for heightened awareness and sensitivity as we address these concerns with understanding and empathy, fostering an environment conducive to cultural diversity within the detention centers.
As the minister further explains, going forward, once irregular migrants end up on local shores and placed in detention facilities, they receive all the rights and privileges mandated by international law.
The objectives of developing and issuing these essential regulations are to bring awareness and improve the Department of Immigration's performance, compliance, and consistency of operational standards in conformity with international standards, including that of the International Organization of Migration, OEM, and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, specifically using the rules of the United Kingdom as a benchmark.
The management and oversight of detention centers lie in the hands of the director. The day-to-day administration and supervision, a superintendent.
The enforcement of an adequate officer-to-detainee ratio, meeting international standards, is pivotal to maintain a safe and secure environment.
New provisions under the regulations include an independent review visiting committee to inspect the state of the premises and treatment of detainees.
In related news this evening, the Turks and Caicos Islands is at a breaking point with an influx of illegal migrants. LaDawn Davis caught up with TCI's Premier and the Immigration Minister to find out about efforts to reduce those numbers.
A strong statement on the illegal migration problem from the Premier of the Turks and Caicos Islands, the Honorable Charles Washington Mizik, who revealed that this issue is one of the greatest threats facing the British overseas territory. According to TCI immigration records, some 3,488 illegal migrants were intercepted and 27 illegal vessels seized as of November 13th of this year. Mizik confirmed in an interview with our news team Tuesday that acquiring a necessary budget coupled with a comprehensive defense strategy is key in tackling TCI's illegal migration problem.
I think we have more assets, more aerial assets and other assets, and so the interception rate is increasing significantly. So the number of interceptions are growing. Without the effort, including the effort that we work with the Bahamas on in our joint relationship, without that, a lot more of those people would land.
Minister of Immigration and Border Services, the Honorable Arlington Musgrove, says a crucial piece of equipment and a new agreement with the Royal Bahamas Defense Force forged earlier this year is reaping some positive results.
We bought 2 radars, so to put them on either side of the island. We have a present radar now, is in the center. So with that coverage, we will be able to spot anything out of the ordinary. And on back of that, we signed an agreement with the Bahamas, ship riders agreement. So with that agreement, we are an officers or 2 officers from the Turks and Caicos Islands can ride on the Bahamas Defense Force boat. So that is helping us a lot as well. Just recently, we saw that came to a head when we caught a migrant vessel with over 100 persons on board.
Musgrove says the United States Coast Guard conducts a routine flyover the Turks and Caicos Islands daily to ensure no illegal migrants enters the country's borders. Meantime, he says he appreciates the assistance given from not only the United States, but the Canadian and Bahamian governments. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis. Makushla, back to you.
Well, thanks, LaDawn. Still to come, by-election results tabled in the House of Assembly. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. There's more news in a moment.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Has changed over the past 60 years. But at Commonwealth Bank, our mission to build lifelong relationships with our clients remains the same. Our customers are more than just a number. Our customers are our family. And together, we create banking solutions that fit your unique needs. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Is on BTC. All you have to do is sign up, top up, pay up, or watch and win with us. Sign up for one of our $64.99 or higher postpaid plans or one of our broadband bundles and get a chance to drive into 2024 with a brand new Kia Sonet. Pay your bill in full and you can be a winner with our Christmas grab bag.
Activate a $15 prepaid combo and get your chance to win Visa gift cards, travel and gas vouchers, and so much more.
Watch our Hallmark movie of the week for a chance to win a prepaid Visa gift card. Make BTC your choice this Christmas with over $100,000 in prizes. All you have to do is sign up, top up, pay up, or watch and win with BTC. Visit any BTC location today. Terms and conditions apply.
The new
KFC nuggets have arrived. That unlike the no-gets, ours are handmade using 100% white meat. Unlike the no-gets, at KFC, we hand bread every day to achieve the perfect flavor. After you try our delicious and crispy nuggets in the original recipe, you'll never settle for less. KFC, the real nuggets. It's finger-licking good.
Did you know the National Insurance Act provides for an insured pregnant woman to access her maternity benefit before or after delivering her baby? Expecting mothers are entitled to 13 weeks of maternity leave, which can be applied for by completing the Med-2 claim for maternity benefit form. Section A is completed by a registered physician or certified midwife. The medical practitioner certifies the expected or actual confinement period, signs the form, and affixes their official stamp. Forms completed by medical practitioners outside of the Bahamas must be accompanied by the physician's business card. In sections B and C, the claimant provides personal and employment details, declares their last day at work, signs and dates the form. The Med-2 form is always accompanied by Form Med-4 or Employer Certificate, which is completed by the employer. Both the Med-2 and accompanying Med-4 forms must be submitted within 3 months from the first day of confinement. Forms submitted outside of this period are considered late and will be subject to review by the Late Claims Committee. Before submitting forms, check that all fields are accurately completed. Incomplete forms or forms with incorrect information will delay the processing of your benefit application. For more information, visit the NIB website at nib-bahamas.com.
The official results of the November 22nd West Grand Bahama and Bimini by-election tabled in the House of Assembly this morning. Member of Parliament-elect Kingsley Smith secured 57.8% of the votes over contenders Bishop Ricardo Grant of the Free National Movement, Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain, and Independents Daquan Swain and Ternille Burrows. Reports state some 3,600 voters participated in the by-election. Parliamentary Commissioner Arthur Taylor submitting the writ to Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Honourable Patricia DeVoe.
Notice is hereby given that on the taking of the poll in the above-mentioned election, which was contested, the following was elected the Member of Parliament for the above-mentioned constituency. The name of the elected member is Mr. Kingsley Valentine Smith. The Honourable Member will take the oath of allegiance and the oath of qualification as soon as is practicable. We are looking at next week, Wednesday.
Well, now to news on the financial front. Inflation's down and the economy continues to grow. The government's matter-of-fact response to the International Monetary Fund's concluding statement following its recent mission here. Now, following that, it revised its economic growth projection for the Bahamian economy to 2.3%, an improvement over its previous forecast. Altavis Munnings details the government's economic aspirations in this report.
The International Monetary Fund's new estimate for the Bahamas, according to Economic Affairs Minister Senator the Honorable Michael Halkitis, represented a remarkable revision. He acknowledged that the IMF previously estimated 1.8% economic growth in 2024, and now that figure went up to 2.3%, an increase of 0.5%. Halkitis pointed out that the 1.8 to 2.3% hike raised the IMF's projected growth rate by 28%, which he says is a massive revision. Minister Halkitis emphasized government's fiscal strategy has surpassed many expectations, performing well on fiscal goals, such as cutting the debt-to-GDP ratio, which exceeded 100% 2 years ago, and now has been reduced to 84%. The Economic Affairs Minister underscored that the Davis administration has met or beat every single deficit projection over the last 2 years, and government's very, very confident that 2024 projections will be realized. The Economic Affairs Minister also contends the IMF's 2022-2023 deficit estimates have consistently underestimated revenue performance. And here's some more numbers. The actual deficit came in $42 million below projections during the 2022-2023 fiscal period. Minister Halkitis declared inflation's decline from 7.1% in July 2022 to 2.2% this July, has also complimented the Davis administration's broad revenue improvement strategy to grow the economy, improve revenue administration, and control spending. The government, Minister Halkitis maintains, has also prioritized outstanding tax collection, particularly real property tax, on foreign-owned properties. Reporting for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altafiz Munnings. Altafiz.
This evening, water and sewage officials ramping up their response following challenges at a number of facilities across Eleuthera last week, which were forced offline due to mechanical issues. Today, a number of executives arriving on the island with the goal of noting various challenges. Lloyd Allen was there.
On Wednesday, ZNS News traveling to North Eleuthera following supply challenges at water and sewage reported last weekend. Now, according to Assistant General Manager for Family Island, Gregory Stubbs, he says the problem has been addressed with the system now fully functional, and officials now on the ground continue to assess, but also looking at ways to further enhance their supply throughout the island.
This is our reverse osmosis plant here in North Eleuthera. The contractor has determined that in order to operate effectively, they have to run the plant continually on generator.
Stubbs explains a generator failure last week compounded power supply issues to the island on Friday, forcing officials to shut down the system for repairs, and as a result, successful service restoration to the affected customers by Monday.
We want to just have a meeting with our customers and our residents just to inform them of what we have done, what we're looking to do.
The team initially stopping at the Lower Bogue pumping station where a pump used to acquire groundwater for the reverse osmosis plant was recently affected. Stubb added that while the pump has been repaired, there remain other challenges at Central Eleuthera's naval-based pumping station, which supplies customers from Savannah Sound in the south to Gregory Sound in the north.
We don't have sufficient storage to have enough water available to pump as what we would like. And so right now the corporation is engaged in having installed a 1 million gallon storage tank that will improve our storage. We also have a 500,000 gallon emergency storage tank that we will use to hold water on reserve.
Harbor Island was the final stop where Stubbs spent the better part of the afternoon recording concerns from residents and advising of a number of action plans now in motion.
Since 2022, we have issued contracts to increase the storage in Governor's Harbor, Bogue, Harbor Island. We've issued contracts to repair the tanks on Spanish Wells and other islands.
Water and sewage officials have acknowledged the occurrence of an informal town hall meeting with residents in recent days. They say they now are aware of those challenges and are doing all they can to correct those moving forward. Reporting here from Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, thanks, Lloyd. In crime news, 3 teenage students find themselves in places and situations none of them should be in. One student is tonight recovering from stab wounds, while the others face criminal charges. And this as the acting Prime Minister, like everyone else, is deeply concerned about school violence. Corval Pyfram tells us more.
The acting Prime Minister provided reporters a brief update on Tuesday's stabbing incident outside the House of Assembly Wednesday morning.
I'm advised that the incident involved with the alleged perpetrator was an 11th grade student. The student that was stabbed is in stable condition, and that's the status thus far.
And that appears to be all that's known thus far. 3 students involved in this incident Tuesday afternoon. The teen stabbed and his alleged teen perpetrators, 15 and 17, all believed to be students of C.R. Walker High School. The wounded boy suffered injuries to his lower back.
We've been trying very hard to secure campuses. Children are coming from very diverse backgrounds with different challenges. They come all together on the school campus, and we are working very hard to make it a harmonious, synergistic environment for young people.
Naturally, this incident is bringing to the national focus the issue of school safety. How do we ensure that our students are safe while at school? Speaking to this issue, Acting Prime Minister Glenys Hannah Martin said, like she has said in the past, that a number of measures have been put in place to accomplish this. Overall, she's satisfied that these measures are working. In the House of Assembly, in a separate discussion unrelated to this matter, she even talked about corporal punishment in schools as a means to ensuring that students behave in a proper manner.
But the issue of corporal punishment in our schools, we need to revisit that and to see how is it that we should be causing young people to understand what is correct behaviors and whether we should use physical chastisement as a way of seeking to convince 15 and 16-year-olds of how to behave.
Hannah Martin tells us that the teen stabbed is expected to be okay. The teens who allegedly stabbed him are expected to be charged before the courts. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corvell Pyfrom.
This segment of the news brought to you by the best of the best Regatta, November 30th through December 3rd in Montague Bay.
Music Man.
Charles Fisher joins us with a check on what's coming up in sports. Charles?
Coming up in sports, final preparations underway for the best of the best regatta, scheduled to set sail Thursday morning, 9 o'clock, right here at the Montague Foreshore.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
Food, I believe, is so important. It's the most important thing for survival. So eggs is a no-brainer. The more we can produce, this business would really begin to, like my son say, make a mark here in Eleuthera. When I heard about this grant that SBDC was offering, I said, oh my gosh, this is my opportunity, because we always thought about chickens. We pray, please let us get this grant. I have an opportunity to make my business better because of what they did for me. At some point, I want the Bahamas to no longer have to import eggs, because I believe we need to move towards sustainability. We need to move towards a place where we can truly feed ourselves. This business would really begin to make a mark here in Eleuthera and hopefully the Bahamas as a whole.
At BOB, we're bringing the joy this Christmas with the lowest consumer loan rates and flexible financing for everything you need to create wonderful holiday memories. And now through January 31st, apply and be approved for a BOB consumer loan or Visa Classic credit card. And you could win up to $5,000 in cash and prizes. Apply today via bankbahamas.com or send an email to loans@bankbahamas.com. Be merry and win with BOB, your bank, our solutions.
This holiday season, join us for an island game Christmas Cashmas experience like no other.
Ho, 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 ho. It's that time of year again, and we have something extra special for you. We're giving away a blue gift box, and it's filled with magical surprises.
Santa and his gifts are ready to make your Christmas Cashmas dreams come true. Every day, a new surprise awaits. Thanks to our 12 days of Cashmas.
Here we go. Mercy's doing it big this year. Cashmas time with extra cheer. 12 days of merry winnings from your friends at Island Bay. Friends we trust.
This Christmas, we invite you to celebrate the 12 days of Cashmas with us. Are you ready to unwrap the magic?
Quick, and you can win some awesome stuff at Mercy's Island Game. Yeah.
Members of the Zonta Club of Nassau and New Providence this morning pinned members of Parliament with orange ribbons to commemorate the international campaign to say no to violence. Zonta Club of Nassau President Sonia Brown believes their presence at Parliament propels the club's mandate to protect women on all levels.
It is important that we place more emphasis on the protection of women. We also need to look at our legislation. We are still one of the few countries in the world that still has marital rape as legal, and that is an issue that we need to address.
Female parliamentarians used this morning's proceedings to voice their support and praise the past, present, and future impact of female empowerment in the Bahamas.
For the first time ever in the history of our nation, women stood up. They agitated, they were activists, they were determined, they were courageous, they protested, they demanded. Bear in mind now, Madam Speaker, women had their place. But on this, in the lead up to this attainment, women came of their own.
We can't allow the conversation of marital rape and protection of women and girls to fall by the wayside. We now carry the mantle. We bear the weight of driving the change that will create a better world for everyone.
Yeah. We must find the high-flying achievers and encourage them to take up political office. We must show young ladies as well as young men how to have the power to create a prosperous future for our country by participating in the legislative process.
Meantime, Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, the Honourable Miles Larota, and Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard touting the significant role women play in society.
Today, we recognize the contribution of these women who fought for the enfranchisement. These are very brave suffragettes who led the suffragette movement, worked closely with men to root out racial discrimination, political and economic inequities. Madam Speaker, there's no doubt the women in the Bahamas have excelled in many spheres of society throughout the years. Indeed, they have shattered glass ceilings. Today, more women serve in leadership positions here at home and internationally.
Our society is stronger and our families are healthier to the extent that we work to ensure that both our boys and girls, women and men, are paid the respect and the attention required to enable them to fulfill the potential that God has placed in all of us.
Well, now time for the poll question of the week, and this week we're asking, should the government purchase the Grand Bahama Port Authority? You can chime in on our social media handles.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
Tourism today. Bahamas tourism today.
At the Bahama Hoop Sporting event, the University of Miami's basketball team, the Miami Hurricanes, took home the championship. Members of the team, such as Norshad O'Meara, also got to enjoy the benefits of playing for their university in the Bahamas.
We came on a business trip. We came to play basketball. It went well. We win the championship. Bahamas is beautiful. There's nothing bad to say about it.
Another player for the Miami Hurricanes, Bensley Joseph, spoke to his appreciation for Bahamian hospitality.
I think it's amazing. University of Miami is a great university, and, we support a lot of different places and countries, and, Bahamas is one of those, and I'm very excited, to be part of a fantastic school and university, and, the Prime Minister as well, huge fan of us, so shout out to him and, all the Bahamians that support the U and appreciate the hospitality here in Bahamas. I felt good. It was fun, great experience, and, I'd love to come back and play.
Coach for the Miami Hurricanes, Jim Laranyago, also expressed his enjoyment of the tournament's newest venue.
This tournament is wonderful. Baha Mar is a beautiful town, beautiful venue. The hotel is beautiful. And the support, community support, and the fans that showed up to cheer on their alma mater was great. Floridians consider the Bahamas like a cousin. right? The weather is the same, is similar. What makes the Bahamas so special are the people. I love talking to the Bahamian people. They got a wonderful accent, they talk, they're always upbeat and positive. It's a joy to be around them.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
Oh, God. I know you ain't spending no more money on this boat. Ain't this what you drowned in last year?
I understand. How I drowned last year if I here running on foolishness with you.
Where you going now?
Montague.
For what?
For best of the best. Why you keep putting question to me? Over 90 boats and over 200 sailors coming from all around the Bahamas to compete for the largest sailing port ever. You better pray I take you the best of the best.
You ain't got to worry about that because you's the best of the worst.
Anyway, while this woman running on, I will see you all to the 2023 Best of the Best Regatta. Woman, you won't see me talking?
I'll come before them.
How much do I owe Hey, welcome home.
That's out.
That's fixed.
That's out.
With cover for your home, motor, medical, life, or pensions in one place. We're like a home match that isn't played at your home. CG Atlantic. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
The Cancer Society of the Bahamas presented with some $8,000 from the Bahamas Chinese Dragon Boat Association. The much-needed donation will assist thousands of Bahamian women battling breast cancer with treatments. Presidents of both organizations, Rochelle Wilkinson and Dr. Christine Chin, agree every dollar counts.
We've been on board with the association since they started last year, once we knew of the benefits to breast cancer survivors. And we'll continue to support this initiative because it is very important to us as well as to the association. And as Dr. Chin said, we would like to encourage more participation on all levels from our general public. And so we look forward to having even more people out there next year.
I am deeply moved by the generosity and the compassion shown by our members and supporters.
Together, we hope that we are making a meaningful impact in the lives of those affected by cancer. I encourage everyone to join us in this noble cause, as every contribution, no matter how big or small, plays a crucial role in advancing the mission of the Cancer Society.
Samantha's always on point. She doesn't miss a thing. When she signs up for any insurance policy, she reads all the fine print. She knows what's covered, what's not covered, and she's aware of her deductibles. When it comes to insurance, it pays to know your policy. Review every insurance policy so you know what you're covered for. This message was brought to you by the Insurance Commission of the Bahamas.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home health care supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you, at the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
I'm grateful for my family, my health, and for the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Par Excellence parboiled rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Rainbow corned beef, 12 ounce, $2.39. Best Value whole kernel corn, 15 ounce, 99 cents. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 99 cents per pound. Lamb chops, $4.99 per pound. Great holiday meals start at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Abaco police investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a 61-year-old visitor from Pennsylvania. Preliminary reports indicate that around 12:45 this afternoon, the deceased, who was a passenger aboard a cruise ship, encountered breathing issues while snorkeling in waters off Castaway Cay. Police state the victim remained unresponsive despite the lifeguards' rescue efforts and the administration of CPR. The victim was later taken to the cruise ship where the ship's doctor pronounced him dead. An autopsy will be done to determine the exact cause of death. Well, it's time now for a check on Family Island weather, and for that we turn to none other than Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, McKishna. We have mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 75 degrees, a relative humidity 67%, northeast winds at 7 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,018.7 millibars, that's 30.09 inches, and your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 67 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, Grand Turkey, and Marshall, Abaco, the Berry Islands, 73. Alistown, Bimini, 75 degrees, 75 also in Harbor Island. Roxanne, Eleuthera, Black Point, Exuma, and Kemp Space, Los Andros at 77. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 76 degrees. Outer Sound, Cat Island, 79. San Salvador, 79. Also in Rum Key, they have a temperature of 79 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, 82. 81s in Regatta Island, Clarence Town, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Megwana, 79. Ackland, 79. Matchetown, Unagua, 80 degrees. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 82. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center in the Northwestern Islands tonight through tomorrow. Northeast to east winds, speeds around 10 to 15 knots, and a wave height 2 to 4 feet. Now, your high tide, that will take place at 9:10 tonight with another high tide at 9:35 tomorrow morning. For the central and southeastern islands through Thursday, easterly winds at 12 to 18 knots, wave height 3 to 6 feet, with caution flags in place. And on Friday, in the northwestern parts of our country, those winds become southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. The high tide on Friday, 10:20 in the morning, with the low tide at 4:55 in the afternoon. In the central and southeastern islands, southeasterly flow 15 to 20 knots, wave height 4 to 7 feet, maintaining that caution flag. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Hello, everyone. This is Tony Williams back with a special promotion from BahamasAir.com and GoGo Florida. The $100 deposit is back, but it's only on your debit card. So whether you're renting that sedan, SUV, or spacious minivan for group or family trips, keep your cash in your pocket. Only Dollar Thrifty is making it convenient for you. Your $100 deposit held on your debit card. Available at Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach, and Orlando. Book early and save your 8-passenger minivan for your holiday shopping spree.
Trouble, it might drag you down. If you get lost, you can always be found. Just know you're not alone. 'Cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Janae's Chesapeake Road Christmas Wonderland is open under the Big Tent. Get your Christmas trees in pink, frosted, green, or white in a variety of sizes. Musical Christmas LED and laser lights. A large variety of tree ornaments. Lighted angels and Santa tree toppers. Bright and lively colored Christmas balls in all sizes. Garlands, wreaths, tree skirts, stockings, and lots more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Check our selections online at www.janaes.com.
Do you hear that? That's Junkanoo. And that means that the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Junkanoo parades are right around the corner. Don't get left behind. Make sure to book your ads in the live ZNS broadcast of the Junkanoo parades. The most professional coverage of our national art form. Call the ZNS sales office today at 502-3800. Ask for the special Junkanoo advertising package and be a part of Junkanoo on the ZNS TV network. Thanksgiving kicks off the holiday season. Start it by saving at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Distinction evaporated milk, 14.5 ounce, $1.19. Best Value cornflakes, 18 ounce, $2.69. Panami raw shrimp, 31.40 1-pound bag, $7.99. Turkey wings, $1.89 per pound. Sunny Delight smooth or tangy, 64 ounce, 2 for $5. Great holiday meals start at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Beer, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera.
It's the best of the best in sailing, best of the best in native dishes, and best of the best in Bahamian entertainment. It's the best of the best Regatta, November 30th through December 3rd at the Montague Foreshore, sponsored by the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. Let the sails out. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Wednesday. I'm Charles Fisher, coming to you from the place where you need to be over the next few days. Montague Foreshore, that's the place to be. The best of the best regatta right here. Nowhere else in the country to go. Exciting action on the seas and more exciting action on the land. And joining me now is Regatta Desk Chairwoman Cindy Gay. Cindy, a few hours to go before we start. The excitement is in the air. You can't cut it with a knife.
Can't cut it with a knife. I mean, everybody is ready. Our sailors are here. They're prepping their boats. They are coming in from all over the islands, like you said, from Exuma to Abaco to Maguana. All the guys are ready. They're excited to see who's going to be the best of the best in sailing.
And a nice atmosphere we're going to have out here, family-oriented, the kids' park, lots to eat, lots to drink, lots of people you've not seen since last regatta.
That is what. We are here to celebrate. We are here to celebrate sailing, and we're here to celebrate our culture. Come on out. This is the place to be this weekend. We have here, we didn't call it a kiddie corner, we call it a kiddie district. So if you want to come and hang out and then have fun with your friends, that's there. You can put your kids on the corner. We have someone there to monitor them and to keep them in activities to keep them busy while you have your fun. We're excited about this weekend. We have live entertainment from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the top artists in the Bahamas will be performing here during this weekend. We are excited, we are excited, we are excited.
And lots of persons making sure that this event comes off without a hitch. We're going to bring Donald Roll in here now, in charge of logistics around here. Tell us about some of the things we can expect out here.
Well, Fisher, the key thing is that sailing is now our national sport, and this is the first time that the best of the best is being held, and sailing is the sport of the Bahamas. So we have to put on the show, and that's important. That we have to show our culture, we have to show who we are, and we have to take the Bahamas to the world.
What type of atmosphere do you expect out here this weekend? You're an island boy yourself.
Well, I expect not an island atmosphere, but we expect a family atmosphere, like Ms. Cindy Gay said. We are going to cater to the sailors, the patronates, the kids, everyone is going to cater to. We're going to bring sailing to the land. Not only those persons who on the sea will see sailing, you can stand on the land and watch sailing as it happens in real time.
And one of the major partners making sure that this event goes off without a hitch, the Ministry of Tourism involvement in this. And first of all, give us your name.
Melanie Marshall, Events Department, and we're in charge of the food vendors. I can tell you we have about 30 food and beverage vendors, all prepped and ready to serve. So come on down. We have associations, Black One Association, we have Baratari, we have them Andrew Scouts. We also have food vendors here from Nassau. So there are lots for everyone to enjoy.
So once you hear it there, if you're coming down here, there is nothing you're not gonna get, because the best in food, the best in entertainment, and the best on the seas. And last night it was the Skipper's Party. They had on their best outfits over at the Government House. Amajal Knowles was there.
Well, days away from the start of the 2023 Best of the Bass Regatta, organizers and sailors alike gathering at Government House last night for the official Skipper's Party for some festive vibes ahead of fierce competition this weekend. Also among those in attendance, Minister of Works and Family Island Affairs, General Clay Sweeting, who had this to say.
I think the competition could be stiff. Everybody trash talking. The fellas from Long Island, Exuma, New Providence, different boats from across the islands is ready to compete. But I think we have a fun time, and sailing named as a national sport. It's the first best of the best since we've named it. So we've put extra effort and support into this regatta, and hopefully as we continue to develop the sport, events like this will help to culminate to make it better than what it was before.
And it's safe to say that the skippers are eager for the races to begin.
It's going to be stiff competition in the C class. We're in the C class. There's going to be very good competition in the C class because it's a lot of boats and we got a lot of new boats. So it's going to be a lot of competition, but we should do very well.
Last time I made a prediction, it wasn't good for us. So I'm not going to make some prediction, but what I would say is that the team is together now, as we always are, and we're going to do our best. We didn't come in to sail this time. We come in to race.
Some of the younger competitors among the group looking to make a name for themselves as well.
I'm expecting to win, hopefully. I'm sailing the boat called Mako. We're from Exuma, and I'm just hoping to win and do my best. They told me as long as I try my best and achieve, I hope I achieve what we do.
Didn't really check the conditions, but I expect it to be a fun, competitive weekend, and I hope that me and my crew will do good.
Again, competition set to begin this weekend with an official opening ceremony set for this Friday. For ZNS Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
Thanks a lot, Amo. Hope you had a great time last night. We're all expecting a great time out there right on the Montague foreshore, the best of the best regatta. Thanks for watching, everybody. Racing start at 9 o'clock. Thursday morning. See you there. It's the best of the best in sailing, best of the best in native dishes, and best of the best in Bahamian entertainment. It's the best of the best regatta, November 30th through December 3rd at the Montague foreshore, sponsored by the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs. Let the sails out.
ZNS Total Sports brought to you by Sans Beer, who reminds you to recycle your beer bottles for cash in Nassau, Grand Bahama, and now Abaco and Eleuthera.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here to bring a smile upon your face. That's what the season brings now. See, Christmas time is the time for your family and friends. Come and shop with us and find everything that you need. Deck out your homes with all we have in store, bringing joy and so much more. At Shop Smarty, at Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here at Shop Smart. At Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here. Join up for life insurance. Secure the ones that you love. Join up with Family Guardian. We offer full protection. Join the family. Join the family. Family Guardian. Protect the ones you love. A brand that you can trust. Family Guardian.
First we plan, then we innovate, then we build. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we are committed to quality, to safety, and to service. We know that the road you take is just as important as your final destination. At Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, it is our job to make sure the road and the ride are as smooth as possible. From striping roads to building them, we are the right choice, the trusted choice, the only choice to help you build your tomorrow.
All you have to do is sign up, top up, pay up, or watch and win with us.
Sign up for one of our $64.99 or higher postpaid plans or one of our broadband bundles.
And get a chance to drive into 2024 with a brand new Kia Sonet. Pay your bill in full and you can be a winner with our Christmas grab bag.
Activate a $15 prepaid combo and get your chance to win Visa gift cards, travel and gas vouchers, and so much more.
Watch our Hallmark movie of the week for a chance to win a prepaid Visa gift card. Make BTC your choice this Christmas
with over $100,000 in prizes.
All you have to do is sign up, top up, pay up, or watch and win with BTC. Visit any BTC location today. Terms and conditions apply.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, one day remaining in the tropical cyclone season and no activities anticipated over the next day or so. But right here on the home front, we have the satellite picture showing lots of clouds across the northwest Bahamas. That's associated with a secondary front that is working its way towards the south and east, and that will reinforce the nice cool temperatures that we have been experiencing over the last 24 hours. Tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy and cool with a low temperature of 69 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be mostly cloudy. Again, a bit on the breezy side with a high temperature of 79 degrees. And the extended weather forecast, those lovely weather will continue with quite a bit of sunshine in our forecast right through the weekend. And that will take us into the middle part of next week. But we're going to keep those temperatures in the 70s during the daytime through tomorrow. You'll see a slight warming trend beginning on Friday, and that will hold into the low 80s right through the next 6-day cycle. Those nighttime temperatures, well, tonight we're looking at 69 degrees, but things will start warming up tomorrow. Just before I leave, my youngest brother, Sean Maceo, celebrates a birthday today. We wish you all the best and hope you had a wonderful day, Sean.
Well, thanks, Basil. And before we leave, this programming note for you. Be sure to tune into live broadcast of the National Tree Lighting Ceremony tomorrow night at 8 p.m. right here on the ZNS News Network. And that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.